This is David with Unknown Origin Effects, and I'm going to show you how to paint something. Come with me. So for the base coat, I mixed a light skin tone with a hint of gray and just a little dot black, so the skin tone looks kind of dead. Basically all I'm doing is trying to get it full coverage all over the mask. Any of the recess or deep areas isn't too important because I'll be doing a black rub out to get all those, but either way I want to get as much coverage with this base coat as possible. Something you definitely want to do is look at it from all angles to make sure you get under the chin, on top of the head, behind ears, under the nose, anything like that. So got it based out. I was thinking, what kind of skin texture am I going to do between veining, freckling, and stuff like that. So I'm going to use black, red, blue, and a dark brown to add some, just break up the skin texture a little bit. Not too in depth because it is a dead character, but if anyone were to look close, just so it looks a little more skin-like, I'm going to add some of that. So you can see I'm using a toothbrush. It just gives a really fine freckle when you flip off the bristles. You could also cut a chip brush in half to make them a little more firm. But I'm using red at the moment. I'm going light to dark. And then I'll be switching to blue. Basically what this does is kind of give the appearance of skin tone. And there I switched to brown, which is more of a natural freckle look. A lot of this will be covered up. However, if looked at really close, you'll be able to see some of this texture detail. Okay, so I just did the freckling to break up the base a little bit. You can see it's very, very fine. This is magnified, so from back here, it doesn't even look like it's got anything on it hardly, but you get closer, yep, there it shows up. So that's kind of the technique we want, just to break up the base coat color. Now this is always a fun step, and if you rush it or don't take enough time with it, it can come out very, very different, even using the same effect. But I thinned down the latex based black paint so that it's more watery and won't dry as quick. Just basically covering the whole piece. And you can do this in sections if you think something's going to dry a little quicker, but just covering the whole piece, and then we're taking a cloth or napkin, paper towel, whatever, and rubbing it off. I try to go against the detail that's sculpted into the piece so that it'll leave the black in the shadows and the detail. And here's a look at it once it dried. Now to do the airbrushing, I start out with the red to get in all the cuts and wounds and to highlight a little bit of skin irritation, but mostly that I'm doing with the deep bruised purple, kind of showing stretch of the skin as well as bruising, and it'll also kind of help with a little bit of a decay look once I lay that on some of the black that I've already got on there. Eyes, nose, the ears, all the wounds, basically all the details, and then I can kind of just do some random little figure eights and stuff to break up the base coat yet again. And then I'll be going in with a brown decay color and hitting on top of that black really well as well. Kind of helps blend it so it's not just black and then base coat. Kind of make a variation there. And then, you know, if this was a piece that was, or a face that was cut off of somebody, you're going to have a lot of decay around the holes, ears, eyes, nose, mouth, and the neckline. So I'm really hitting those areas hard. And then here, I'm doing a dry brush technique. So I'm taking the base coat that I started with, just dabbing a little bit on the brush, wiping it off, and then hitting the highlights. And something here I didn't physically show was I took some Perma Blood from Pale Knight Productions, dabbed my fingers in it, flung it, and painted it into some of the key wounds that I wanted to really show with the blood. And lastly, I coated the whole thing with a 50-50 water perma grime, which seals it, then also really brings the color out in the detail. Then some post-production stuff, I put laces in it, did some hand-punched hair, then I added some Mod Podge to my fingers and just twisted the hair to kind of keep the strands together a little bit more neat, but also make it look straggly at the same time. And then here's our result. So I hope you guys enjoyed this how-to, and check out Unknown Origin Effects on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook.